I want to take a moment and I want to talk about how to get gradients using Dotwork. And to do that, I'm going to be using my tattoo workbook called the Tattoo Practice Companion Workbook, which is now available on my Amazon author page. I will go ahead and leave my Amazon affiliate links for you down in the description below and in a pinned comment, so that way you can check out this tattoo workbook on your end. I'm also going to be using the Inlomino electric dot pin along with an Inlomino ballpoint pin cartridge to get my points across here. Now I will go ahead and leave those affiliate links for you as well in the description below. Should you have any questions at all, I encourage you to drop a comment below. Do my best to assist you in the best possible direction. If you find this video helpful, consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing, as I would greatly appreciate your support. With that being said, let's just get right on into this. When it comes to dot work and understanding gradients, the way that I look at it is in terms of clusters. The more dots that are in one area, which are the clusters, the more saturation that we are going to get. So as we start clustering dots together, those areas that contain the clusters are going to be much more darker. These exercises within my the Tattoo Practice Companion Tattoo Workbook does a really good job at illustrating the points I'm trying to get across here. So you can see up top right here how we get less saturation, but because the dots are spread out more apart. And as we work our way down this way, you can see how we're getting more saturation because we're clustering our dots closer together, which is accomplishing that saturation. So you can kind of see this is going to be a layer of dots, and then the more layers that we add, the more saturation we can accomplish, until essentially we've accomplished mostly saturation. Granted, if we are going to saturate a certain area using Dotwork, there's always going to be a certain bleed of skin showing through depending on how aggressive we go with the dots. You get the idea. When I say aggressive, I mean amount, not in terms of pressure. It's important to point that out. So point being is, the fundamental rule: the more dots that are together, the more saturated it's going to be. The further we space our dots out, the less saturation we're going to accomplish. That is basically going to be the foundation in which we are going to operate from. Something that's worth noting is the line weight that we choose to use when it comes to dots. For this demonstration, again, I'm going to be using a ballpoint cartridge. It is worth noting when it comes to needles that the line weight we choose to use is definitely going to impact the final results that we get. Real quick here, you can see that, for example, this was chosen with a heavier line weight, so the dots were applied with something like maybe 9-11 round liner. The same thing right here, you can kind of see we just layered it up and we're getting more saturation with the more dots that fill out space. You can kind of see as we get more finer with the needle, for example, like a 5 to 7 round liner, the gradients become much more smoother. Let's say, for example, we jump to like a 3, and this is just to represent and get the points across. Right here would be with the 3 round liner. You can kind of see exactly how smooth it all becomes. So pick and choose wisely when it comes to needle, but for this demonstration I'm going to be using a ballpoint cartridge that has about, it's not a full cartridge, so it's not going to be a heavier dot weight. It's going to be a lighter dot weight, which allows me to go ahead and get a little bit more prominent and more defined and more smoother with my application, which is exactly what I'm looking for. Let's get into the technical application here. So this is going to be a water-based cartridge, which is why I mentioned the percentage. I'm going to be running at 4 volts to kind of just get my points across. I don't need much push at all. I am going to follow the exercise here and try and stay on course. I'm not going to deviate and implement my own technique here. What I'm focused on is the accuracy and understanding the process. So I'm going to go through the clusters and I'm just going to learn to trust the entire process. So it'd actually be more wiser if I started from this area and then work my way on over. Again, just trusting the process, and I think that it's really important to build that relationship with the process itself. When I first started, for example, a good point to get that bridge that gap there is shading. Shading was something that I couldn't trust just because I didn't know how to do it, didn't trust my abilities, wasn't able to spot shapes, let alone actually apply shading correctly. So point is, going through the motions and learning is the best way, and the best way to do that is just simply learn to trust the process and not doubt yourself too much along the way. It's probably still going to happen, but using these tattoo workbooks can help you minimize that by making the mistakes in the correct environments rather than on people. So I'm following this structure here, and I'm essentially doing what I normally would. I'm just establishing the boundary. Does it feel sketchy? Yes, absolutely. Like, it doesn't feel totally accurate to me, but this is the route that I have to take. Now I typically follow a 5-point star structure, but since this is an exercise that I don't want to deviate too much from, I'm going to go ahead and deviate from what I would normally practice and focus on accuracy. I'm trying to be accurate with every single dot that I deposit. I want them to neighbor one another well, but with ballpoint pen cartridges, I feel like it's only going to be so accurate each and every time. Unless that's just me, we'll find out here in a moment. I feel like it actually is just me. Okay, so let's go ahead and lock in a little bit better. There we go. So I've adapted to how this cartridge deposits, and I have had one of those aha moments, allowing me to feel much more confident with these deposits. The point would be to stay on course, follow what you see, focus on staying disciplined by not adding what you want, and completing this exercise to the best of your ability by making each dot consistent to the next, which is actually a very difficult task. It's almost next to impossible. I'm not saying that you can't do it, but I am saying that it's not as easy as we think to deposit clean, consistent dots. Sure, you can deposit dots, but I'm talking about dots that are equivalent in size to get a specific read. You know, they all have to neighbor one another well in order for them to appear like gradients. So that's the important concept to remember, and this is a great place to learn. We could even do this just with ballpoint cartridges. Let's say if it's your first day or you're wanting to just start getting into it, you could even just use a big ballpoint pen to kind of figure this out, how you would go about it. It's definitely not as easy as it seems, I'll say that. It's not like totally complex or difficult or rocket science. I'm not saying that either. But what I'm saying is, like, every dot that I deposit, this is really what I'm saying. Every dot that I deposit, I think just because it's a dot, I should be able to get the same, you know, widths and everything of them, same shapes, but that's not how this ballpoint cartridge deposits ink. So I spend more time trying to adjust to that for the optimal results. And I think that's really what the tattoo process is. It's the same concept of us adjusting to curved surfaces, maybe skin types that we may not be used to, areas that are tough in placement. You get the idea. So there's a lot of translations that are going on behind the scenes that we may not realize when working within these tattoo workbooks. One of the key factors that I'm picking up here and really getting comfortable with is being patient with trusting that process. So down here I was getting my groove, and around this area I finally got the groove, and I was able to finish with a level of consistency that I'm happy with. We can see that down here I do have more saturation, while we go up here it's further, the dots are further spread apart, so it's not as saturated. If I were to go back over and kind of give it a 5 point and kind of just repeat that, then I'm obviously going to get more saturation in this area. If I wanted to accomplish more saturation over here, then I would just start plugging in dots in between these areas. And also these exercises here are definite proof that we don't necessarily need a specific structure like a 5 point deposit, but what we do need is a game plan that allows us to get from A to B correctly to accomplish the results that we are looking for. So that right there are a few key factors that I'm definitely picking up, and patience and trust in the process are two key fundamentals that we're gonna have to get comfortable with regardless. There's no way around that progress but through it. Now, I do hope that you can find some value from this video. Take that, apply it to your end. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to drop a comment down below. I'm going to do my best to assist in the best possible direction. Once again, I will be leaving my Amazon affiliate links for you down in the description and in a pinned comment to this tattoo workbook and an assortment of others that I do have available, so you can check them out on your end. If you found this video helpful, consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to my channel, as I will be bringing more videos like this for you. With that being said, I thank you for your time and I appreciate you watching. I hope you have a great day. Are you wanting to develop your tattooing skill sets? Now you can practice and develop anytime, any place with an assortment of tattooing workbooks that I've created. With these assorted tattooing workbooks, we can practice our basic lining all the way to advanced lining. We can practice shading, shading placement, dot work, textures, and more. All we are going to need is a tattoo workbook of mine. We can use a pencil, pen. We can even use a tattoo machine with a ballpoint cartridge to develop our tattooing abilities further. That means that we don't need tattoo ink, we don't need napkins or petroleum jelly to get to practicing. Simply open one of my tattooing workbooks and get going. It really is that easy. You can get your hands on one of my developmental tattooing assorted workbooks by simply clicking the links in my description or in the pinned comment section below, or navigating on over to Amazon.com, typing in Daniel Yuck, and you'll see all of the assorted tattoo workbooks that I've created come up. If you have an Amazon account, be sure to follow my Amazon author page as well, as I would greatly appreciate your support. Should you have any questions at all, drop them in the comment section down below. I will do my best to assist you in the best possible direction.